question in which, no matter how much time passes, never leave the head of some people. What more there is in the universe, the unexplored and beyond, from the undiscovered parts of the earth, the seemingly endless space, and the afterlife. In a sky of nothingness, devoid of colors, lacking all of them, the beautiful, vibrant, lively tones, and even the dull unpleasing to the eyes. A world of monochromatic colors. However, unlike the night, one has full vision over the empty sea, a void where not much can be understood. Slowly moving like vapor, one can observe misty clouds being made. There, in such a gloomy place, a massive figure would wander, a horrific beast covered in piles of black feathers, and wearing a big mask to hide its hideous face. Something could be compared with the one of a raven. The beast would walk, always searching for another lost soul. Helpless against such grotesque figure, just to soon be its prey. There were not much tales known, as this place might have no exit. Perhaps it doesn't even get to exist. But the few survivors, miserably living in hiding, only by scavenging each other's corpses, would leave scriptures in stone before their demise. Each would call the creature something different: Green Reaper, Shinigami, and even Angel of Death. Its origins and real name are still to be known. Perhaps that information will never be found out. In middle of crime lords, abusers, psychopaths, and corrupt rulers, a strange figure would emerge from these wastelands. A very short and fragile child, a girl with torn clothes and a dirty skin. While everyone there would try to run or beg for mercy when feeling the gaze of death, she would stare at it with curiosity. No one knows for how long the beast had lived. But for the first time, someone approached it rather than escaping. The naive kid would start to touch it and find out what no prey ever had. Its body is not deadly. The feeling of plumage could be considered somewhat soft, like the ones on a pillow. I'll turn the opposite, as the creature were now the one to be curious. Why would a mortal not feel fear, to put their life above everything else? Still, it knew that did not matter. In a gentle manner, its immense arm would get to raise their wing, slowly reveal a hand that claws sprawled in a gruesome way, slowly growing out of the flesh, as it simply stared at their next prey. Despite it being an image would horrify others, even any child, the girl still were to be playful and smile, hugging the huge feather being, and for some reason that made it hold back its attack. A creature who have been reaping life for as long as some societies exist, a being who never got to let a prey escape, a force of nature who never had felt anything, for the first time in forever, stopped, as the being did not felt any need to do so. But even if deep down you would not want to, out of curiosity, not feeling threatened, and the strange peace still in its nature were to reap. A lion might have a reason for it to not want to kill someone, but when it gets hungry, the instincts would still kick in. As if she were nothing, the wounds would barely start, and the small fragile body were to perish, slowly fading among the strange barely existing floor after it felt. Watching it, the creature remained silent. Perhaps it had a regret, or it were not a possibility, just the reality. Its jaw would display slight trembles before bending down to get in knees, moving hand to grab the dust in the torn cloth. But what now? Would the beast just lament forever? It had its time to think, and now it stands once again, and move away in a slow manner, leaving it all behind to return to its cruel part of nature. Time somehow gets to pass in the non-existing plane, since the innocent child have perished. As the few survivors got to travel, still seeking hope at the end of world, it happens what's never seen before. Perhaps it was not all lost, as from the ashes of a small bean would sprout a pale flower were to open and grow, and so the cycle of life could start once more.